Yes, my people, what is going on? Welcome back to another YouTube video. I am coming at you live from the beautiful Antalya, Turkey, and today I'm going to be running you through a full day of eating on a training day on holidays to show you how you can stay on track with your bodybuilding goals while still enjoying your life whilst you are away. So before we get stuck into this video, guys, make sure to smash the subscribe button down below if you're new to this channel so you don't miss out on all the tips and tricks and knowledge I'm going to send your way. And also, if you found this video helpful, be sure to drop it a like. Alright, let's get into it. Now, when you are managing your nutrition whilst you're away, obviously on holidays you're going to be having an off-plan meal, whether that be in the evening time or in the morning time, but you've got to plan your day out, decide when you're going to have your off-plan meal, and in an ideal world, decide in advance what you're going to have. So right now, we're in Turkey. I want to try some authentic Turkish cuisine. There's this dish that's like a big casserole pot pie sort of a thing that I want to have. So me and Chloe are going to go to an authentic Turkish place this evening, and I'm going to go and get that. So what I have done is, obviously I've got no idea how many calories are going to be in this dish. So I banged a picture of it into ChatGPT. I said, what is this Turkish dish? Can you give me an estimate of the calories and macros? So I popped that up here, and it's given me kind of a little synopsis of what the dish actually is, what's in it, and then some rough kind of, a rough breakdown of basically what the calories and macros could be, may potentially be. Now, is this going to be 100% accurate, guys? Obviously not, but it's kind of like my best bet and my best guesstimation without me actually being there and consuming the food in front of me. So it's the closest thing that I can kind of get. And what I would basically do is I'll plug in those calories and macros into my calories and macros for the day, and I'll build around the rest of my nutrition plan for the day based off that off-plan meal. Now, what I like to do is I like to leave a little bit of a buffer for the end of the day after I've consumed that meal to kind of plug the gaps based off when I actually eat the meal. So I have this guesstimation of the calories, protein, carbs, and fats in this meal, which are going to be 55 protein, 70 carb, 50 fat. What I normally do is I underestimate on the protein, I overestimate on the fat, and then I kind of put the carbs in the middle, okay? You always want to do this because you can kind of never have enough protein when you're away, and there's a lot of hidden oils and fats and shit like that in your food. So you want to save a lot of your fats for that off-plan meal in the evening time. Now, when I go and have this meal, I know myself from tracking food for over 10 years, roughly what I'm kind of looking at in terms of carbs, protein, and fat. So if I'm eating it and I find, there's not really that much meat in this, or, oh God, there's a lot more cheese in this than I thought, I might bump the fat up and pull the carbs down and, maybe make a different guesstimation myself and not use the ChatGPT one, but we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. Okay, so I have my guesstimation for what the off-plan meal is going to be. Now I need to build out my nutrition for the rest of the day. So I'm going to show you what that looks like on Loom now. Alright guys, so this is my little Google Sheets spreadsheet that I use for tracking my meal plan, nutrition, macros, whatever you want to call it. Now, you can use MyFitnessPal if you want to, and that's probably what most people would use here, or a similar calorie counter app. However, I just visually find it a lot easier to do it on a spreadsheet because I can kind of scroll across and I can kind of see the macro totals up at the top here and the calorie totals. Now, if you don't have a similar spreadsheet like this, drop me a DM. I can make one for you, and at a reasonable price, at a discount if you come from YouTube. Nah, I'm only joking. But if you don't have one of these, honestly, guys, I would recommend everyone get one of these. This is like my own little MyFitnessPal database. Only it's just a lot easier for me to kind of tweak my nutrition around. All right. So when I'm having a day where I'm trying to manage my nutrition and I'm trying to pre-plan everything in advance, I will start off looking at this sheet and just kind of playing macro Tetris and bringing a plan of action in place for the day. So if you look over here on the left-hand side, what you'll actually see is my current nutrition. So my current meal plan, okay? Now, I've got high days, medium days, and low days. My high days, my push-pull leg days, my medium days, my arm days, my low days, my rest day. Today, we're trying to push, so we're going to be going with this high day nutrition, okay? 3898 calories, 303 protein, 577 carb, 42 fat. So this over here, right, this initial column, this is my current actual meal plan that I would have when I'm back home, in the UK and just going about my business, all right? So this is what my nutrition normally looks like. 6 meals, my intra, blah, 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 right? Meat and rice, kind of cream of rice and rice pudding and all these other sort of things, okay? So what I know is what my calories, protein, carbs, and fat are. Now, I've got my off-plan meal down here in the evening time, which I've just ran you through. So there's my guesstimations there. And those totals are pulling through up to my protein, carbs, and fat at the bottom. So I know, right, outside of that off-plan meal, I've got to plug 250 protein, I've got to plug 500 carbs, and I kind of am gone over on my fat, so I'm not really going to be able to have much fat for the rest of the day. Now, we are going to train nice and early today. Obviously, I'm on holidays. I want to go to the beach. I want to get a tan. Normally, I would train after 3 meals, but today, I'm going to train after 1 meal. Okay, so having already eaten off plan last night, you know, my stomach kind of doesn't feel the freshest this morning. So I'm going to go with like the easiest to consume meal I can possibly run with, right? Cream of rice sometimes can be a little bit heavy, a little bit higher volume. So I'm going to save that for my post-workout meal when I am quite hungry. But pre-workout here, I've got something very quick and easy, which I picked up in the shop. And I know is something I normally have had in previous off seasons when I'm at home. And that's going to be some honey nut Cheerios. They didn't have Rice Krispies over here. This is the next best thing. As you can see, 180 grams of Cheerios, got like 6 grams of fat in it. So not the worst carb source at all here, especially when I'm getting 128 carbs out of it. So that's going to be meal number 1 that I'm going to have now after I finish recording this video. And we're going to go straight to the gym and train for 9 a.m. Okay, so that's going to give me 70 protein, 129 carb, and 7 fat. Now, normally my protein portions would be around 50 grams per meal, but today, because I'm likely going to have less meals because the off-plan meal, and because I'm on holidays, I don't want to be eating 6 meals a day, I'm going to bump the protein up across the board, okay? So, Honey Nut Cheerios with just whey protein shake as the milk. Then, post-workout, we're going to have some cream of rice with some fruit and some protein. I'm going to make that now. I'm going to bang it in the fridge. And then we're going to have just some chicken and rice that I picked up in the shop, right? So one kind of normal, kind of standard meal here. And then you'll see here in the middle, right? Before this off-pan meal, I've got just a hit of 60 grams of protein. Now, I'm going to add to this meal if I need to, because currently what you can see is that I've nailed my protein, right? 307 versus 303, happy days. My fat, I'm gone 20 grams over, okay, so I need to have less carbs to hit my total calories. However, from my total calories, I'm still about 500 calories away here, which is like 120 grams of carbs, okay, which is 180 grams of cereal. So I'm going to wait, and I'm going to have this off-plan meal. I'm going to try and have it early-ish, okay? I'm going to try and go out for dinner at like maybe 5 o'clock, 5:30, and then save this protein shake filler meal for my last meal. If I go out and I have that pie and I'm like, you know what, 55 protein, 70 carb, 50 fat, I reckon that was in and around right. What I will then do is with this whey protein meal, I will add the 180 grams of cereal so I can hit my total carbs for the day, okay? If I feel like that pie was a hell of a lot more protein and a hell of a lot more carbs, maybe I'll just add 40 grams of protein and 120 grams of cereal. You get where I'm coming from here? So I have a rough structure, plan, and skeleton for how I want the day to look like. But then from there, I'm leaving that little bit of a buffer towards the end of the day, just to make sure I can kind of nail things as much as I reasonably possibly can. So this is how the full day of eating is going to look today. I'm going to take you through it meal by meal as we're going along through the day. Do a little bit of a vlog for you, show you how I'm going to be, you know, adapting my training to train in a different gym also as well. So stay tuned for that. Unfortunately, guys, I forgot to actually bring a protein shaker with me. So I've got a bottle of Powerade because it has a really wide like lid at the top. And then we've just got this cardboard funnel, which I made out of the top of a box of takeaway baklava. We've got my HydroFlow in the background and my health subs. So guys, HydroFlow, of course, lemon raspberry, comes everywhere with me. DMAC 10 for discount. Stay hydrated, folks. So we're going to put the protein in this, and then we're going to make our cereal for meal number 1. What a fucking mess, guys. You know what the worst thing is? I have loads of shakers at home, and I actually have loads of travel funnels as well. But of course, retard here didn't bring them. So, yeah. Well prepared, but not well prepared. One thing this Airbnb did actually come in clutch with was this giant mixing bowl. Thank fuck. This is 180 grams of Cheerios here. So the only other bowls they have is like this little pathetic tiny little yolk that Chloe's just not going to be able to use. She's just going to have to use a lunchbox instead. But we've got our protein here in our Powerade bottle, and then we've got our Cheerios. So guys, you just gotta adapt, improvise, and overcome. There ain't nothing to it but to do it. I hear excuses from people all the fucking time. Couldn't get my protein because I didn't have a shaker on holidays. I mean, come on. Come on, come off it. You can do it. Beautiful. Let's get it out. Taste test here. As if I've never had some Honey Nut Cheerios. Tastes even better when you're on holidays. And now, I'm going to sit down, relax.
Totally guessing this.
I'm going to watch a little bit of bro chat, and then I'm going to get changed for the gym. We'll catch you there. Meal 1, pre-meal eaten, and we've got our post-workout meal ready and sitting in the fridge here, guys. So we've got our cream of rice, and we've got our whey paste, so they're going to be nice and cool for us for when we get back from the gym. And then look what we've got here, fellas. Ho, a juicy rare, the Ultra Sunrise. Why, oh why did they discontinue these bad boys in Ireland and the UK? I'll just never fucking know, right? I've also got a green Monster here. I don't know, is this like the watermelon-y style one that they do back home? But this says Ultra Tropical Island Punch. And it looks like it's a slightly different green than the one we get back home. So I'm hoping this is actually going to taste different as well. But I'm going to stick with what I know. And I'm going to have the Ultra Sunrise for today's pre-workout caffeine hit, buzz, whatever you want to call it. So yeah, how was your cereal, Chloe? Lovely. It actually went down really well. 180 cereal. I forgot how easy that is to eat. So that could be going in the plan when I get home for the tail end of the off season when I really start to struggle. But yeah, that just sat like a dream now. So we'll get ourselves changed, ready for the gym. I think Chloe's ready already. So she's waiting on me for once.
Are you not ready?
No, I still have my sleeping shorts on.
You have whey all over your top as well.
I do have whey all over my top.
My hair's crazy, guys, so don't comment
She's got
on it.
holiday hair. I like the curls though. I dig them. Ready to rock and roll. Let's get it. There we go. Alright guys, we are outside Ultramax gym. So, I got my Monster on deck. This is bringing back Vegas vibes. Remember that bit? When we were both drinking our Monsters in the car before we headed into Jay Cutler's old stomping grounds.
Yeah, we got a good deal on the gym then.
What? Chloe hates me. Chloe hates me big time. Oh yeah. It's so different. I'm very tempted to like put some of these in my suitcase and wrap them in a towel and just bring them home just so I can have one on like a special occasion, you know? So yeah, we're at the gym early, which is great. Hopefully when they actually open up the gate, we'll be the first people in and there's going to be no one in there. Please God. It's a Sunday today and none of the Turks really look like they train, which I'm quite surprised with because there's some unbelievable Turkish bodybuilders out there. Like, you know that knee hat fella that's in 212? I think he's going to be second at the Olympia this year. Kid's like 22. But I'm like, where in Turkey do these guys live? You know? It's definitely not Antalya because I haven't seen many people who train here so far. Even though Chloe did pick out some guy who was wearing a Gasp top in
I was like, who's that?
in a restaurant last night. Chloe's like, look, there's a dude over there wearing Gasp. I was like, my brother. So yeah, but nobody looks jacked so far, and everyone just go oh, to me, you know. Pharmacology. That's what one fella said to me, and I was like, yes, mate, yes. So we'll take you through today's push day, guys. As you know, because I never shut up about it, my pec is a little bit dodgy at the moment. So we'll see how that is today. But what I'm going to probably do is some sort of a fly variation. Then I'm going to pick a really good press. I'm going to do 3 light pumpy squeezy sets on that. Then if there's maybe another good press in there, I might do that as well. And then I'll just do side lateral raises and overhead tricep variation, tricep push down variation, and done. Maybe might do some biceps as well. We'll see.
My eyes are burning like fuck.
Are they? Slowly burning.
Slowly fading away.
Chloe didn't want to come and train today.
No, I didn't mind training, but everywhere open so late.
Yeah.
Sunday.
It's Sunday today, so like this is the only gym we could find that open at 9. The rest of them open at midday. What would you be at?
I need to get a tan on, guys. I'm on my holidays.
Yeah, I'm hoping that this gym does actually open at 9 because a lot of the Google like stuff we've been looking up on Google Maps so far has lied to us.
And like they have 6 minutes open, it looks like nobody's inside.
Now there is an S line like Q7 out the front here, or is it a Q5? So like I'm like, surely the dude who owns the gym is driving that and he's inside somewhere. Please God. But in the next clip, I'll either be in the gym
or on the beach.
I'll be absolutely raging in the gym or on the beach. Yeah, straight from here to the beach, just abandon the full day of eating. Yeah, we didn't really want to train at midday. I was actually going to not train until we found this gym that opened at 9. I was going to just leave it till tomorrow because we'll probably get 3 sessions in over here, so we still have time because we're here until Friday. Well, Thursday night really. But yeah, look at. Pray for us, guys. We've got another 5 minutes, so pray for us. Oh, we are so fucking on, boys. Let's get it. Okay, we're in after some extreme difficulty with the language barrier with your man in the way in. He asked us if we have spare shoes on Google Translate. We were like, no. And then he gave us wet wipes to wipe our shoes. I mean, what the fuck? But anyway, here's the gym. It's actually pretty decent. All life fitness stuff, which is why I chose it. So we've got shoulder press, chest press, lat pull down, tricep press, leg extension, seated leg curl, pivot leg press. We've got some Smith machines. All the leg kit is over here. Oh yeah, tremendous. Loads of different hamstring curl variations, adductors, a seated leg press. Very good. We'll definitely be here for the remainder of the week. That's for sure. It's definitely the best gym in Antalya. Goes down again. So glute machine, assisted pull up, some more leg kit, lat pull down. It's actually big enough. It's for sure a lot bigger than I was expecting. Everything is in sections as well, which is great. It goes down again, does it? Like downstairs again? Oh, cool. That's probably cardio equipment. Yeah, T-bar row. They've got a nice bit of kit here. So I'm going to be over in the chest section and I'll show you what I get up to. And there's actually another floor here. So I'm very impressed with this because I was looking for the pec deck, which I can't find, but it must be down here. Oh yeah, here we go. Much better. Now we're talking because we've actually got some plate loaded pieces of kit here. Incline press, decline press, flat press, loads of different pec decks. This is actually fucking serious. I'm actually extremely impressed with this, I must say. Wow. Because all the other gyms I looked at were like techno gym paradises, which tends to be the case across a lot of the gyms in Europe. Oh yes, we've got isolateral flat chest press, hammer strength. I actually know that piece, so I'll use it if my pec holds up. Pin loaded shoulder press, plate loaded shoulder press, standing lateral raise machine. Fuck, absolutely tremendous. I must say I'm very, very pleased with this. Cybex Bravo. Wow, some job. I mean, pec doesn't feel the worst. Doesn't feel the best either, but you know, it is what it is. Chloe actually has my bottle of water, so I need to go upstairs and get that. Right guys, exercise number 2. We've got this Life Fitness incline chest press. This is actually absolutely beautiful. So it is very, very narrow. So it feels quite good in my pec. I can get deep enough and I can feel safe enough that I reckon I should be able to get this for like a good 10 reps. But I'm going to keep it very slow, smooth, steady and controlled. I feel like a tad dehydrated or something today. So yeah, I'm not going to push it too hard. Obviously, waking up first thing in the morning in a sunny country, not having that much time to hydrate, it's not really ideal. But we'll take it easy here, guys, and just get a nice, handy set. So here we go. Whew. Yeah, felt pretty good. 10 reps there, bang on. So drop down to 2 plates for the back off now. It feels amazing. I actually really rate this this Life Fitness stuff, I must say. Mint. Everything is in super good condition in this gym as well. It all practically looks almost brand new, which is amazing. So I don't normally do a shoulder press variation on my current push days. I just do side lateral work. However, I'm on my holidays and I love a good shoulder press, so I'm going to do one. It's funny, pressing overhead is like one of my favorite things to do. Like my all-time favorite pressing exercise is a strict barbell overhead press. Fucking love it. And I haven't done it in years. But I love shoulder pressing. It's because my overhead pressing is actually a lot stronger than my flat or incline pressing. Like my chest pressing is nowhere near as strong as my shoulder pressing. Even when I was natural, I've always been very, very strong at pressing overhead. So it's something that I love to do. But for me, for a needs basis, I don't need more front delt, but I do need more chest. I don't think my chest can ever be big enough just with the way it inserts. I mean, it's come up a lot. It looks good from the front. It looks acceptable in a most muscular. It looks horrendous in a side chest. It just disappears in a side chest, just with the way it inserts, because it's just very flat and round. So, yeah, anyway, let's not talk about that. Let's just have fun and do a shoulder press today. Neutral grip here. Where you can, guys, I would always preference doing your overhead shoulder pressing with the machine with a neutral grip like this, because if you can keep your elbows tucked in front of you like this, it's going to be a much safer pressing position for you overall than if your elbows flared out wide. Because when you take this grip with a shoulder press, a lot of people will flare their elbows back further than they need to be, and that's when they start to get shoulder issues, rotator cuff issues, which, if you know your injuries, guys, there is nothing worse than a fucking shoulder injury, especially on a rotator cuff. So mind your shoulders, guys, and always take this neutral grip where you can. Not only is it safer for your shoulders, but it actually feels way better on your front delts. Oh. Alright, this music is mega fucking loud, so I'm probably gonna have to either voice over this, or if you're hearing me right now, it's heavily voice isolated. So hopefully you can hear it okay. Change the song, perfect. Right, tricep dip machine. This is a little bit of a weird one, as it's got like these pins that you just slot in to choose the resistance rather than actual weight. So a little bit of a funny one, I've never seen that before, but a little bit of a novelty. So we'll see what it's like. Alright guys, standing lateral raise up next. Pretty standard piece of kit here. I think I'm just going to go with like a double drop set or a triple drop set on this, just to speed things up a little bit, and rather than just doing like my 2 or 3 straight sets on this single arm like I normally would. So that's something I'll do as well, guys, when I'm on holidays. I will kind of like add some intensifiers here or there. Now, I'm not the biggest fan of intensifiers like drop sets. You know, I like a rest pause, but drop sets I'm kind of like, eh. But while you're on holidays and you're not training with your normal logbook, with your normal full intensity, with your normal kit. I'm like, speed up the session a little bit, save a little bit of time, have a little bit of fun, do a couple of drop sets, no harm, no foul, right? Whew. Oh, shoulders are rightly fucking pumped after that, I must say. Right, that is 4 sets of chest, 3 sets of shoulders, 1 set of chest, shoulders and triceps with the dips. And now we're going to do probably a tricep pushdown variation and an overhead variation, which I'm hoping they have a machine for. Oh, they have a seated dip here, a plate loaded one, I should have used that. And they have another tricep dip machine here, which looks better than the one I used upstairs. Oh well, anyway. Right guys, tricep push down. And they've got this, you know, prime bar from Wish here. So I'm going to use this. Full stack, as always, with my tricep work. Especially my push down variations. I'm normally stacking things out. My triceps have gotten outrageously strong. I wish they were outrageously big to back that up. But it's funny because the medial head of my tricep is actually really, really small. But my push downs are very, very strong. So I've got incredibly strong triceps, but just not incredibly big arms, which is misfortunate. But what can you do, guys? Genetics. It is what it is. Right. Whew. All right, guys, last exercise here. So I've got my phone and my camera very, very dodgily just rested up against the side of this. So hopefully, once we start doing a couple of reps, the two of them don't fucking fall off. But I'll have to wait and see. So last exercise here, preacher curl, bicep preacher curl. After those 2 sets of tricep pushdowns, honestly, my triceps feel blown up enough. And they've got no cuff here. And I didn't bring my hard body adjustable cuffs with me, unfortunately, guys. So I'm not even going to bother doing an overhead variation. I'm literally just going to do some bicep work instead because the biceps can never be big enough. We got our shaker anyway, boys. Happy days. Okay, guys, Ultramax gym review, Antalya. Honestly, like I give that like for at a broad gym, I'm gonna give that like a 9.5 out of 10.
Honestly, I'd give it a 10.
Yeah, I was gonna give it a 10 out of 10, but I feel like if you give somewhere a 10 out of 10, it's like unbelievable scenes. But that's probably that's the best gym I've ever trained at abroad, bar maybe the gyms in America.
No, like clean, so clean.
Yeah.
Like so much equipment.
Yeah.
Everything was divided out per section of body. Which was
I really liked that. It was like there was different floors, right? And you had like your shoulders, chest and triceps in the very bottom. You had like your back and legs in the middle. And then you had cardio up the top. And then you have the ground floor with all the changing rooms and stuff. Atmosphere, like really good music, super loud, really good music as well.
Really good music.
Super clean. All the equipment was like really well maintained. Everything was put back properly. The people who were in there training were like, you know, friendly. There's no like scummy people in there or anything like that. Honestly, like really fucking good. And you know what? When I was looking up gyms before I came to Antalya, for whatever reason, I just could not, I didn't find this gym. I didn't see this gym. And I was like, oh, it's going to either be Atlas gym or this gym. And they both look shit. They were like techno gym. loads of plates, like the interior just looked like really rotten. This is genuinely like a gym you'd find in like Dubai or something.
Yeah, it's
like that's
so
the way
good.
it's laid out, and like how clean it was on the inside and stuff. Like it looks like a top tier gym from like somewhere like Dubai or something like that. It's crazy. So very impressed. We're definitely just going to come back here tomorrow.
Pass was what, like £5 as well?
So I think for 2 day passes for both myself and Chloe. No, it wasn't. They were nearly a tenner each. They were. So it was £16.40 for the gym. So £8 each for the day pass,
which is quite good.
Which you'd pay because like it's probably cheaper than what you'd pay in most other places in Europe. So yeah, big thumbs up there. Very happy, got a very good session. How's your session, Chloe?
Yeah, very good. I was very impressed with the gym.
Yeah, happy days. It's 10 o'clock now. So home,
eat,
post-workout meal, beach. Let's get it. We are back in the kitchen for the post-workout meal. So here we have got 125 grams of cream of rice. Of course, guys, you already know we had to bring the goated cream of rice with us. DMAC 10 for discount. Get on it. White chocolate hazelnut. It's the one. Anyway, we got 125 grams of cream of rice. We have got 60 grams of whey paste under here, which is thick boy because it's been in the fridge for the last 2 or 3 hours. And then we've got 200 grams of frozen berries, 100 grams blueberries, 100 grams raspberries. So this is going to go down an absolute treat. And also over here, guys, we've got some rice cooking for the remainder of today and also for the next 2 days for myself and Chloe. I got this rice, which looks like sushi rice. So I'm hoping it actually is sushi rice, because sushi rice is very easy to eat and it doesn't like get like too wet or soak up too much moisture, and I feel like that kind of sticky filling texture is just not going to be the one for me right now. I want to keep the stomach volume nice and low but get a lot of food in because my weight dropped this morning. I don't know if I mentioned that in this video, but yeah, my weight hit 112.65 or something kg this morning. So I'm like over 2 kg down since I got here. So bro needs a refeed or something like that. But anyway, first things first, let's get this absolutely delicious post-workout meal into us. I'll sit down out in the balcony now. I'll probably give my mum a ring as well, as my mum and dad were actually on holidays in Spain in Torremolinos for the last week, and they got back the day we landed here. So I must give her a ring and see how they got on. So yeah. Now I am all dressed up, all oiled up and ready to hit the beach to get my tan on. What are we saying about these as well? A little bit zesty, but look at those bad boys. We got the old tiger print budgie smugglers. They're going to go down a treat on the beach, won't they, Chloe? But everyone's staring at me. It's going to be tremendous, can't wait. Oh yes, boys, Sonny's acquired. What are we saying? Horrendous, I know, but I needed to get some pair of sunglasses because sitting at the beach or lying at the beach with a hat over my head just ain't the one. So the sunglasses are a must. Tried to charge me fucking 650 lira for them, which is nearly £12. I was having none of it. I was like 350 and he was like no. Eventually haggled them down to 500. So I think I paid like, I don't know, maybe £9 for these or something. So not the worst, but not the best either, to be honest. I was expecting to pay a little bit less for them, but it is what it is. Oh yeah, I needed them. Cheap pair of sunglasses. Better than paying 130 quid for a pair of Ray-Bans in the airport, so how bad? But anyway, let's grab a coffee. Actually, this is the place we got the iced latte the other day. Chloe is down at the beach with our tables, and not our tables, our chairs, our deck chairs and our umbrella that we took from the Airbnb, so that's fantastic. So she'll have everywhere set up for us, and I'll bring down the coffees, and then it's time for about 2, maybe 3 hours of sunbathing. Fucking beautiful. Here's our little setup now, boys, and our rainbow fucking flag out by the sea. Happy days. Yes, guys, we are chilling. This is the assumed position that we have here. Chloe is down in the water there somewhere. I'm wearing my very zesty budgie smugglers. Been sitting here for probably 45 minutes to an hour, tanning up. Most likely we'll get in the water pretty soon, just to chill out, or chill down before another bout of tanning. But this is fucking bliss. I must say, definitely needed this a lot more than I actually realised. So, tremendous. Yes guys, we're back in the Airbnb and the rice has been cooked from earlier. What I've done is just transfer the cooked weight rice into this bowl here. This is 1,319 grams divided by 450 grams, which was the raw weight. That gives us 2.9, which is our conversion. So for 100 grams of dry weight, jasmine rice, or sorry, not jasmine rice, just sushi rice, it's going to be 290 grams cooked weight rice, which is going to be my portion, and then Chloe's portion is going to be half of that. So I'm literally just going to scoop this rice into my lunchbox, 290 grams, and there we go. And then the rest of this rice is going to go into the fridge for another day. So that is absolutely perfect. There we go, 290 grams of rice. And this is actually super, super low volume, which is fantastic. So if you look at this, that is actually not that much rice. Like 100 grams of jasmine rice would be way, way more than that. So it's not the largest portion in the world, which is fantastic because it keeps the stomach volume nice and low, which is what I want for my big off-plan meal later on. Now we've got some chicken here. How many grams are we working with? 770 grams of chicken. Perfect. So I'm going to have 225 now. Chloe's going to have 125. And we should get another day out of this. Happy days. So we should get 2 days out of this chicken claw, which is perfect. I'll whip this up. Now, cook it in the pan. Another top tip for you guys as well is when you are cooking and you don't have like fry light spray oil, what you're going to use is olive oil, but you're going to rub this on the pan. Sorry. Come on, active track. Why is this not working? There we go. Okay, so you're going to get your pan and you're going to pour a bit of this olive oil on it, and then you're going to get a tissue, and then you're just going to rub it around the pan and then bin the tissue. So that way all the oil kind of like glistens the pan, or just like coats the pan in a very, very thin layer, but you don't have like a big pool of oil there. So it just minimizes the amount of calories you're practically going to have. It's practically like fry light spray when you just like rub it around with a tissue. So that's what we're going to do there, just to make sure the pan is nice and lubricated and the chicken doesn't stick to it, of course, and should be absolutely A1. So I'm going to whip this up and I'll show you once it's done. Okay guys, meal number 3 is cooked and ready. So we've got our rice, we've got our chicken, and of course we're going to top it with some ketchup. Now, this is not no added sugar ketchup. It's just your classic Heinz tomato ketchup, which is actually per 100 grams, 102 calories. So it's 10 calories versus what, 6 calories, I think. It's actually not that much of a difference, isn't it? Not well. It is obviously when it all adds up. If you're having like ketchup and 3 meals across the day every single day, and then on the side here we've got a Coke Zero. So you know the way like some people go on holidays and they're treat to themselves, they like to have the full fat Coke. I go on holidays and my treat to myself is I have the full fat ketchup. I'm a fiend for my ketchup. I absolutely love it. So we'll whack a little bit of this on, guys, and we'll neck this down, get this into us. I'm actually pretty hungry now, I must say. I think the beach does really take it out. Yeah, it's 2:30 now. I wanted to get this in a little bit earlier than I actually did, but it is what it is. We'll eat this now. We're gonna look up the jet skis to see is that something we can do, because we did see a couple of jet skis today while we're down at the beach. And then we're going to decide in the exact restaurant we're going to eat at tonight, and then we're going to go and explore. We're going to try and get like a traditional kind of Turkish restaurant to have that dish. There's a few of them around the place. We're going to try and find a decent one that's kind of close to us within walking distance, so that after we eat this we can just kind of walk there and just do a bit of exploring, browsing around, etc, etc. So that's going to be the POA. But I'll eat this and just bring you along for the ride, guys, and show you where the rest of the evening takes us.
Yeah, because it's just there in a fucking... We switch the light on, we chuck some lettuce in, give us some water, and then...
Big dog cast.
Light off the end of the day. It's not a sad life, isn't it?
My granddad does it around gardening somewhere.
Off to do some exploring before we head out to dinner tonight. This is an absolute vibe down along the beach here. So we walked down the way yesterday, we're walking up the way today. I think up the way is actually where there's more of like a strip of like bars and restaurants, and they have like McDonald's, RB, KFC and all that. So I'd say this is like a very, I don't want to say westernized, but you get what I'm trying to say, kind of part of this beach, Conalati Beach I think it's called, which is like a 13-kilometer stretch. So we're going to go up now and check it out. Got the beach on our right hand side here, and we got this big path going the whole way along. Beautiful. I'll tell you one thing, you're pretty spoiled for choice down along here. We're after passing like 4 beach clubs. We're after passing probably 20 coffee shops. I shit you not. Load of shisha bars. There's absolutely everything down here, and it is class. It's mobbed as well. It's Sunday today, so I imagine a lot of the locals are around. People got like tables and chairs set up. They're drinking, they're playing cards, they're playing games. Pretty cool. So we'll definitely be coming up this direction, I'd say, a little bit more over the next couple of days, because the other direction we went was kind of dead the other day. So we've made a little stop. We've gotten a shisha, and I've got a non-alcoholic Sex on the Beach. So essentially just a glass of orange juice. And Chloe's got herself a glass of wine, which she's mixed down with some Sprite, of course, because, you know, she's a pussy. She's a lightweight. She doesn't really drink that much, and I haven't drank in like almost 5 years. So nice little treat for us. It's nice. It's like blackberry or blueberry or something like that. So I'm imagining this is going to be like, I don't know, maybe 200 calories. So I'll subtract it from my carbs at the end of the day. But when on holidays, I think you can factor in like one small treat every single day. Yesterday, for example, I had a pistachio cornetto because I was just in the shop getting like my cereal that I needed for today and a couple of other bits, and that just stuck out to me, and I was like, you know what, I haven't had an ice cream since I got over here, so I'm gonna have that. So yeah, it's actually tremendous. I think the last time I had like a legit Sex on the Beach was when I was in Benidorm on a lad's holiday 3 days after my 17th birthday. So that's a long time ago. A long time ago, like 12 years ago. And let me tell you, that was a messy holiday, that's for sure. So we're gonna sit here now, chill for a while, and smoke this shisha. It's 4:10. I want to aim to be gone for dinner by 5. It's like a 10-minute drive away from us, 7 to 10 minute drive away from us. So we'll get in there and we will show you what we're getting. Traditional Turkish cuisine. Again, I'm really looking forward to this tonight, as it looks absolutely mint. The hap. Here we are, boys. Let's see what they're saying. Okay, so they've brought us down some lovely soup here and some bread to start. Minty bread, is it?
Minty soup.
Oh, minty soup. All right. So this was just like for free as an appetizer. I ordered some like cheesy garlic bread, like starter, and then I got this like casserole dish with like lamb for my main. Chloe got.
They're like meatballs where they're like, what is it called? The Turkish. I don't know what it is.
Chloe got some meatballs anyway. So.
And mashed potato and rice.
And mashed potato and rice. So we'll show you that when it comes. I'm actually going to try this minty soup. It's good. One thing I will say, all the bread over here is absolutely amazing. It's really difficult to order in some places here because all the menus are online. So like, you're going in, you're going out, you're scrolling down, and then like the names of everything. There's no descriptions. There's no descriptions underneath as to what's actually in them. So like, there's all these different names. They're all Turkish names, Turkish dishes. They've got pictures. We've no idea what's in them. And the language barrier is massive over here. So you're kind of asking people, what's this, what's that? And they're kind of trying to explain it to you. But in the end, you're just like, oh, just give me that. Just give me whatever looks nice. So if you're coming over here and you're having like authentic Turkish cuisine, definitely try and do your research on the menu beforehand. Look on the menu, translate everything yourself, and have an idea what you're going to order before you're coming in here. Because I've kind of winged it, thinking, oh, it'll be grand, I'll get to the restaurant, I'll ask them what this is and that is, show the pictures, and yeah, they're not, they try to be as helpful as possible, but they just don't understand what you're saying, or at least they don't understand what I'm saying. So we've got the appetizer here, garlic bread. Well, I asked for cheese and garlic. I said, does it have cheese and garlic? And he's put big massive slices of garlic on top of it. We got some chippies. Boom. Oh yeah. Oh, this tastes good. Oh yeah, look at that cheese pull. Lovely. Thank you, my man. Very good. Thank you. It looks good. It smells amazing. When he cut it open and I just got the waft of it. Ooh, unreal, lots of veg, lots of meat in here. So this looks absolutely delicious. Beautiful.
Okay guys, we are back after a tremendous meal. What would you give the rates on that place, Chloe? I'm going to give them like
7.5.
I'm going to give them like an 8. I thought the service was very, very good. Again, they're kind of on top of you like they are everywhere here. But when we came in, they brought us out like free little soup with bread. They brought us out free tea at the end. You know, the staff were kind of nice and friendly. I think Chloe said they thought I was like famous or something. Obviously when I came in, I like obviously look pretty unusual, like not like the average person. But then I was like taking out the camera and I was like vlogging, and then when they came out with my dish, your mom was like, "Oh, phone to take a video," and I took the video and stuff like that. And then like some guy was speaking to him in Turkish, one of the other waiters, and he was like, "Ah, Instagram or something like that." So I don't know, did he think I was some sort of influencer or something along those lines? But they were very friendly to me, and I thought it was pretty decent. That casserole thing I got was nice, real hearty. Wasn't really like a summer warm dish, but it was lovely. It was very, very nice. I didn't even finish it all actually. I did leave a little bit at the end because there was a lot of bread on it. The bread on top was like the bottom of a pizza. It was lovely. And because they had cheese in the top of the casserole dish, but they put like the bread on top, when they peeled the bread back, all the cheese was stuck in the inside of it. So as I was eating it, I'd like break off a little bit of that like crust on top and put a little bit of the lamb on it and all the veg. There was loads of veg in it, which was great. It was really, really nice. It was packed full of veg, and it was quite nice then doing that. But then it was just like too much bread by the time I got to the end of it. So yeah, after having that meal now, I reckon that was definitely more than 1,000 calories. To be honest, there was quite a lot of meat in it, so definitely hit my protein target, I reckon, once I have my protein shake to wrap up the day. And then I think carb-wise, it probably was in and around that 70 grams, maybe upwards to 90. So I don't think I'll have more carbs though, because I think fat-wise, you know, it was a little bit oily and stuff like that. So yeah, I'll see how I'm feeling in like 2 hours time. I may potentially have a very small bowl of cereal, but honestly, I think I'll just stick with the whey protein shake and then assess and see where my weight is at tomorrow. My weight would want to go up, to be honest. I really want my weight to go back up again, because I reckon I've been under eating for the last couple of days. So yeah, so that's key, guys, when it comes to like, you know, managing your nutrition when you're away. Something I tell a lot of my clients to do when they go on holidays is to bring their scales with them, right? Because it's going to depend what sort of phase that you're in, how you're going to manage your eating while you're on holiday, okay? Obviously for me right now, I'm in a gaining phase. I'm actually past the midway point of my push-up. So for me, I need to be getting the food in. My body weight needs to be going up. I just need to make sure I don't eat like a complete cunt. So how that will normally look like for me in the gaining phase is going to be my 3 to 4 on-plan meals and my off-plan meal in the evening time, because I have that flexibility. If I was in a dieting phase, I probably wouldn't be having off-plan meals at all. Or if I was, it would be something super clean, like steak and potatoes, right? Or like, you know, like the skewers, like the chicken skewers they could go do over here, like chicken skewers and a flatbread. Something that I could look at and very, very easily gauge what the protein and the carbs and the fats are. All right, I wouldn't be getting all the added stuff on the side. I wouldn't be getting anything that would contain too many oils. I'd be keeping it very clean, and I wouldn't be like having very large meals, if that makes sense, you know. And another thing you're going to have to understand when you watch this video as well is that I've got 4,000 calories to play with. Okay, I've got 580 grams of carbs to play with. I've got quite a lot of food that I need to consume. So for me, I can have quite a large off-plan meal in the evening time. If you are smaller, you're not carrying as much muscle, and let's say, you know, you're going away on holidays and you're not in a gaining phase and you're in a dieting phase potentially, or even if you are in a gaining phase, but you only have 2,700 calories a day that you need to consume to gain weight, you might only be having one of your breakfasts that's on plan, then having another one of your meals for the day that's on plan with just the protein serving and veg, and then saving the remainder of the calories for an off-plan meal. Because most off-plan meals, realistically, are going to probably be between the 1,000 to 1,500 mark. Or, you know, if you're having something cleaner, like, you know, steak and potatoes or whatever, maybe like 600, 800. but you're going to have those calories banked, and you're going to want to kind of overestimate rather than underestimate, especially if you are in a dieting phase and you're trying to keep things tight whilst you're away. So all of this stuff is phase dependent, guys. And all of this stuff as well is dependent on what you need. Like, don't watch what I'm doing in this full day of eating and go, Dar's eating loads of food on his holiday. That's fantastic. If I do that, I'm going to look like him, or I'm going to be able to stay in shape. Because reality is, you might not, you know? Even if I did need 4,000 calories a day and I was 4 weeks post-show, would I have handled it like this? Absolutely not. Because my body is going to be way, way more sensitive to all these kinds of foods and will put body fat on a hell of a lot quicker in that scenario. Like, I reckon since I've come here and I potentially under-ate for the first couple of days because I was kind of being overly stringent on what I was consuming, I've actually gotten leaner. You know what I mean? So for me, sometimes when I go away and when I travel, when I'm peak off season, it's more of a case of, okay, I do not want to drop that much body weight. And it always happens to me. I remember even like when I went to Vegas, dropped like 2 kilos both times in a week when I was over there. It just always happens to me when I travel in the peak off season. More output, you know, not eating like 6 meals a day, or sometimes even I am eating 6 meals a day, but it just happens. All right. So, you know, there's just some kind of caveats there for you guys, because I know there's a lot of people who are going to be watching this and maybe you'll try and, I don't know, mimic it or do it exactly, and it won't work for you. This is how I handle my nutrition when I go away. This is what works for me based off the phase I'm in, the week of the phase I'm in, how I know my body works, etc, 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 and the data I've been collecting for the week. Like I said, I'm like 2 kilos down for the last couple of days, you know. I don't feel like today I need to eat more calories, right? I don't. I think I'm kind of bang on the calories I need to have hit for today, but I'm half afraid I'm going to step on the scales tomorrow and my weight is going to drop again. You know what I mean? Because even last night I was kind of thinking like, would I kind of eat something extra? But the sushi we had last night was so bad and we had it so late because we went to dinner late and we're waiting for so long that I was like, digestion wise, I don't even want to eat another meal. And then I woke up this morning and I dropped like another 1.5 pounds. So I probably should have ate that meal. You know, so I kind of knew I should have eaten more last night and I didn't. Now, I still had a decent push session this morning, but I've got pull again tomorrow and I'm like, need to have a good session, you know? So yeah, anyway, I'm just kind of rambling at this stage, guys. I'm going to wrap this full day of eating up here. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, comment down below. It's funny because like I made this video to try and be helpful for people, to people, but I feel like this might actually cause more damage than good for a lot of people. But I feel like if you've watched the video up until this point and you've got any inkling of common sense, you'll understand all of the considerations at play here and everything that I'm kind of trying to say and explain. And, you know, for me, even, this is like more of a lenient holiday than I would have. The last like 2 holidays I had where I like went to Vegas and stuff, they were like really, really on it, where every single meal almost for the whole entire week was just completely on my plan, because the food I had available over to me there was more similar to the food that I would have had on my plan anyway. And I had maybe like 3-4 off-plan meals throughout that week, and my body weight still fucking dropped like 2 kilos, you know? So it's mental, but we'll wait and see where the body weight is at tomorrow. I may potentially update you on that. No, I won't. You're gonna have to wait and watch the next video. You can comment down below, guess what my body weight is. Obviously, you know it was 112.65 this morning. So comment down below, what do you guys think my body weight is going to be on the scales tomorrow? And then you can go to the next video and see if you are correct. Okay, guys, thank you very much for watching. Please make sure that you've dropped this video a like if you haven't already, and drop your comments down below with your guesses. Thank you very much for watching, like always, guys, and we'll catch you in the next one. Oh, scratch that, fellas. 113.75. So just to put it into perspective for you, that's like 1.1 kg lighter than I was last night after the sushi. Don't know how my weight is dropping this much, so the cereal is going in now, for sure. Okay, guys, we're back again. I had to just continue this full day of eating because that weighing fucking scared me what I'm going to be like in the morning. So we had to break out the reinforcements. It doesn't look like much, but this is actually 120 grams of Nesquik Duo. Don't know if you can see those. You know what Nesquiks are, but these are like, I don't know, white chocolate, like golden nugget style Nesquiks with like some chocolate ones in there. Honestly, I feel like I am fucking leaner already. Whoa, thumbnail. There we go, even though I got the shittest biceps in the world. But we have our whey protein here, 50 grams. And Chloe actually got me some coconut milk for this, so extra small couple of calories in that. Oh, let's give the Nesquik Duos a little taste test. They're pretty good, I won't lie. So this meal is 64 protein, 89 carb and 6 fat, so an extra 666 calories. So the total calories and macros for the day, guys, with the estimate of the off-plan meal, are going to be 3799 calories, 317 protein, 482 carb, 67 fat. So just under, like 100 calories under what my actual food should be for the day. However, you know, do I think that off-plan meal was more than 950 calories? I absolutely do. But man, we did a lot of walking today. I think my steps are probably the highest today than they have been over the last couple of days. So I'm actually going to check those now, so I can kind of tell you what they are. Nothing like too hectic, like don't be expecting anything like crazy. 11,882. So yeah, they've been high for me. You know, carrying around this body weight, that is high at the moment, because I'm meant to be hitting like 9,000 a day currently on my plan. So yeah, that's the fucking situation, guys. So we'll get this meal in, and then I'm going to go in to the bedroom and finish off watching Vanilla Sky with Chloe, because she's been waiting for me for the last hour or so to watch it. I need to post some Instagram content and do a couple other bits, and I need to eat this meal before I can sit down, relax and watch that. Hopefully this just goes straight to the chest tomorrow, guys, and we hit a good pull session. But yeah, I'd say there'll be lots of bowls of cereal tomorrow if my weight drops again. But we just got to play it by ear, guys. Just got to play it by ear. So anyway, I'm going to wrap this up again. Thank you for watching again, and we'll catch you in the next one again.